Why dogs sit on your feet? Your dog has been trying to tell you something every single day, and there's a good chance you've been missing it. It happens in the kitchen while you're cooking. It happens on the couch during a movie. It happens the second you sit down at your desk. Your dog crosses the room, circles once, and lowers their body directly onto your feet. Most people think it's just a cute quirk, a little bit of clinginess. Maybe the dog is cold, maybe the floor is hard, maybe it's nothing at all. But when researchers who study the canine mind look closer at this behavior, they found something far more revealing. This isn't random. It isn't decoration. It's communication. And once you understand what your dog is actually saying when they do this, you'll never look at that moment the same way again. Why this behavior matters. Here's the strange thing about dogs. They cannot speak our language, and yet somehow, over thousands of years, they've built an entire vocabulary out of proximity. Where a dog chooses to place their body and how close that body is to yours is one of the clearest windows we have into what's happening inside their head. Foot sitting sits at the center of a common misunderstanding. Some owners assume it's territorial, that their dog is claiming them the way a cat marks furniture. Others worry it's a sign of insecurity, something that needs correcting. And a smaller group brushes it off entirely, just a dog looking for a warm spot on a cold floor. The truth, according to behavior researchers, is more layered than any single explanation. But this much is now well established. Dogs who consistently seek out physical contact with a specific person are displaying attachment behavior, the same broad category of behavior human infants show toward caregivers. Understanding that changes everything about how you interpret the moment, but that's only part of the story. The science. To understand why a dog would choose your feet, of all places, over an entire empty room, we have to go back further than your living room. We have to go back roughly 15,000 years to the earliest wolves that began drifting toward human campfires. Domestication didn't just change how dogs look. It changed how their brains and bodies respond to us. One of the most important shifts happened in a hormone most people associate with new parents and romantic partners: oxytocin. Researchers studying human-dog interaction have found that mutual eye contact and physical closeness between dogs and their owners trigger measurable oxytocin changes in both species, often within minutes of the interaction beginning. This is the same neurochemical pathway that bonds a mother to her newborn. In other words, when your dog leans their weight onto your foot, both of you may be experiencing a small hormonal echo of the same bonding system that exists between human parents and children. There's also a genetic thread here. Comparative studies looking at oxytocin receptor sensitivity have suggested that dogs bred over generations for closer cooperation with humans. Dogs, essentially more than wolves, may be more physiologically primed to seek that contact in the first place. Selection didn't just favor dogs that tolerated humans. It favored dogs that were rewarded chemically for staying close to them. Then there's development. Puppies spend their earliest weeks of life in a pile, a warm, breathing heap of littermates and their mother. That huddling is not just about heat conservation. It regulates a puppy's stress response before their nervous system is mature enough to do it alone. Many behaviorists believe this early experience creates a lasting template. Proximity to a warm body equals safety. Your feet, for an adult dog, may be standing in for that early experience of the pile. Researchers discovered something even more interesting when they looked at attachment specifically. In the early 2000s, a team of Hungarian ethologists adapted a famous psychological test originally designed for human toddlers, the strange situation procedure, and ran it on dogs and their owners instead. The results showed that dogs display many of the same secure attachment behaviors infants do, using their owner as a secure base to explore an unfamiliar space from, and showing distress when that person leaves the room. Foot sitting fits neatly into this framework. It's a low-effort, constant way of maintaining contact with a secure base without needing to actively monitor you every second. What your dog is really communicating. So what is actually happening inside your dog's mind in that moment? Context changes the meaning. And this is where most owners misread the signal entirely. In a calm, relaxed household moment, you're on the couch, the TV is on, nothing eventful is happening. A dog settling onto your feet is most often expressing simple, secure affiliation. It's the canine equivalent of sitting shoulder to shoulder with a close friend rather than across the room. No urgency, no need, just presence. During a thunderstorm, a fireworks display, or a visit from an unfamiliar guest, the same behavior often means something different. Here, your dog isn't just enjoying your company, they're using you as an emotional regulator. Your calm heart rate, your steady breathing, your familiar scent all function as external signals that help bring their own nervous system down from a heightened state. In this context, foot sitting is closer to a coping strategy than a greeting. In a new environment, a friend's house, a hotel room, a vet's waiting area, foot sitting frequently spikes for a third reason. Your dog hasn't mapped the space yet, and staying physically anchored to you means they can react instantly if you move. It's less, "I love you," and more, "don't leave without me." Humans often collapse all three of these into one lazy interpretation. He's just clingy, and miss the fact that a dog fluent in body language is actually shifting between distinct emotional states throughout the day, using the exact same posture to express very different things. Common myths. This is where we need to slow down, because a few persistent myths have shaped how people respond to this behavior, and most of them don't hold up well against current evidence. Myth: my dog is trying to dominate me. Dominance theory, the idea that dogs are constantly jockeying for rank within a household pack, was built on flawed research involving captive, unrelated wolves forced together in artificial groups, not the cooperative family units wolves actually form in the wild. Modern behavioral science has largely moved away from this framework. A dog is not sitting on your feet to assert control over you any more than a toddler holding your hand is attempting a coup. Myth: my dog is marking me as territory with scent glands in their paws. It's true that dogs do have scent glands in their paw pads, and scent marking is a real part of canine communication. But there's no strong evidence that foot sitting is primarily functioning as a deliberate marking behavior rather than simple proximity seeking. It's an appealing idea, but it's speculation dressed up as fact, and worth being honest about the difference. Myth: it always means my dog is anxious. As covered above, context matters enormously. A dog resting calmly on your feet during a quiet evening is showing something closer to contentment than distress. Treating every instance as a red flag can lead owners to unnecessarily worry about, or even discourage, a genuinely healthy bonding behavior. Where the evidence is honestly still developing, researchers don't have a precise way to measure exactly how much of this behavior is driven by warmth-seeking versus attachment versus habit in any individual dog, and that mix likely varies from one animal to the next. What you should do. None of this means every foot-sitting session needs to be treated like a diagnostic session, but a few practical habits can help you respond in a way that actually serves your dog. Watch the whole picture, not just the position. A relaxed dog on your feet will usually have loose muscles, a soft or slow blinking gaze, and easy breathing. A stressed dog doing the same thing may show tension through the body, a lowered tail, panting unrelated to heat, or pinned back ears. Same posture, different message. The surrounding signals tell you which one you're looking at. Don't punish or push the behavior away by default. Because dominance theory has been so thoroughly walked back by researchers, there's no solid behavioral reason to discourage a dog from resting near you unless it's creating a genuine practical problem, like tripping hazards with a large dog in a busy kitchen. If it's a comfort-seeking problem, address the trigger, not the symptom. If your dog only foot sits during thunderstorms or fireworks, the more useful intervention isn't to move your feet, it's to build a broader toolkit for those high-stress moments. A predictable safe space, desensitization to the sound over time, and calm, unhurried body language from you. Offer, don't force, physical closeness. If you'd rather your dog rest beside you than directly on your feet, You can reinforce a nearby spot with calm praise or a comfortable bed placed close by. This respects the underlying need for proximity while adjusting the specific location, working with the instinct instead of against it. Recognize it as feedback, not a demand. A dog who regularly chooses contact with you, out of every possible place in the house, is giving you information about the strength of your bond. That's worth noticing, not managing away. Surprising facts and real-life examples. A few details make this behavior even more fascinating when you sit with them. Wolves in stable family packs show comparable rest clustering behavior with trusted pack members, but they almost never do this with unfamiliar wolves, because proximity in canids has always been a currency reserved for trust, not something handed out freely. When your dog extends that same currency to you, they're placing you inside a circle that, evolutionarily speaking, used to be reserved for kin. Veterinary behaviorists have also noted a pattern worth paying attention to. Dogs recovering from illness, surgery, or a stressful life change. For example, a move, a new pet, or a household member leaving, frequently increase contact-seeking behaviors like foot-sitting during the recovery window. Some owners interpret this as their dog becoming needier. Behaviorally, it's closer to a temporary increase in reliance on a trusted, secure base while the dog's world feels less predictable, and it typically settles back down as stability returns. And here's a detail that surprises most owners. Individual variation is enormous. Some dogs foot-sit constantly and rarely choose the couch, even when it's available and comfortable. Others almost never do it, even in secure, deeply bonded relationships. Breed history, early puppyhood experience, and simple personality all shape how a given dog expresses attachment, which means the absence of foot-sitting is not evidence of a weaker bond. It's just a different dialect of the same underlying language. Final takeaway. Strip away the myths, and what's left is something quietly remarkable. Your dog has spent thousands of years evolving alongside you and out of every possible way to express trust, comfort, and connection. They've chosen to put their body against yours. It's not dominance. It's not random. It's not something to fix. It's one small, constant sentence in a much larger conversation your dog has been having with you all along, through posture, proximity, and touch, long before either of you needed words for it. The more we understand our dogs, the less mysterious their behavior becomes, and the stronger the bond we build with them.